This is how I'm going to start the video because I tried starting it by holding it far away at first and then starting it, and I kept dropping the phone. So I just turned it on, started recording. Hello again. It's Cold Springs Queen, and I'm going to talk about some of my macrame stuff today because I've been doing a lot of this stuff, and I posted a video of like a clip art video of my pictures that I took of my American flag macrame. And I do a lot of other macrame stuff, but I don't really say much about it. So I figured I would post a video if anybody's interested and talk about my latest project and some of the projects that I have around the house. The house is kind of dark right now because I'm the only one here out in the living room and just relaxing on a Friday night, doing my macrame like an old lady. But I wanted to talk about this project because it's kind of a big project. The American flag was a big project, but it was easy because it was all straight down, and I wasn't really following a form of anything because the flag is pretty symmetrical. And so that was easy. This one that I'm working on is actually an owl, and I've seen a lot of macrame owls. I'm going to switch hands here because my arm's getting a little tired. Sorry about swinging the camera around. But I've seen other macrame videos of owls, and they all look like great horned owls, which is fine. I just happen to favor the more barn owl look. And so if you don't know what a barn owl looks like, I actually have a painting of one. It's a painting that I got as a gift from an artist out in the UK, and this is a barn owl right here. This one up here is a tawny owl, and this is the one I really was trying to mimic in my work. And as you can see, they have more of a heart-shaped face with the white center, and they don't have like the horned look like other owls do, or the what is it, the great horned owls. And a lot of the macrame work that I've seen on videos on YouTube mimics the kind of owls that have the horned face. So that's not what I was going for. And so I started this project with a 5-inch ring, and I started macrameing the rope around it. I like to use a lot of natural stuff in my work. So instead of a metal bar, I tend to like to use branches. I get a lot of wood stuff out here, and so I have branches that I pulled off of the trees, the dead branches off of the trees out in my yard, and I kind of saved those, and I happened to find one that was a perfect U-shaped arch, and I'll explain to you if I show you here, and hopefully later on when I finish the project, I'll be able to show you the finished work, or just post the pictures, and you'll see what I was kind of going for. So you're gonna have to use a little imagination here. What I did is I took a 5-inch ring. This is my barn owl face so far. This is the ring round that I'm going to follow for the head, and these are the eyes. I have a little loop here, wooden ring that I put in for the beak, and I've made my top part of the owl here, the head, and so that this will kind of follow more of a heart shape right here. In certain pictures of the barn owls, when they're looking at a certain angle, they tend to have more of a round shape here. It just depends on which way their head is tilted. I'm taking a bunch of the leftover white cord. I have one right here. This white 5mm cord that I had left over. I have a ton of it left over from the flag project. So I've been cutting these up in little 1-inch and 2-inch pieces and looping it in between these ropes over here. These are just wooden beads, 2 wooden beads that I had left over from the flag project as well. I painted them black with black nail polish, and the beak is a natural wood. It's just a wooden ring. And so I've taken this branch, which you could see is kind of like a U shape all the way across. And what I'm going to do, if we kind of zoom out a little bit here, sorry about all my mess in the background of my house, but this U shape here is what I'm going to do is I'm going to hang some white ropes from this side and this side here. And then I'm going to macrame them down as if the owl's wings are spread out. And then I'm going to also do a second layer to kind of spread the distance between the ropes in that outer part, and also bring it down into a V down here to join at the owl's foot, quote unquote. And those will be the wings as it's in flight. Then once I get down to the bottom here, what I'm hoping to do is maybe to macrame like a mermaid tail, kind of like a feather into like a fan shape with all of these. And hopefully I have enough rope here to complete the length of it. But sometimes when you're macrameing and you're doing half hitch knots, it tends to use up a lot of rope pretty fast. So I know that this looks kind of goofy right now because all you see is the one line going down. But I hope to do this fringe, this rope fringe, all the way around the face. I'm going to complete all the way around the eyes. And then I'm going to trim it until this part kind of spreads out. Usually the face feathers of the barn owls kind of start from the eyes and come out. And then the nose points down. And so I'm going to do a V shape here. And the rest is going to go outward from the middle. So that's the idea. We'll see how it turns out. You'll definitely get another video or maybe even some pictures of the end result. I didn't quite get to show you like some of the other stuff, so I'll skim over. I'll try not to like linger too much on what each one is. I have my little tree candle here, but this one here is my driftwood piece. That piece of driftwood right here is a piece of wood I collected from Lake Tahoe the first time my husband took me. So it has a lot of sentimental value. And all I did was I took a thick 5mm black rope and I just kind of did a half hitch loop around the outside of it and let the rest hang naturally. One thing about macrame sometimes is you're not necessarily filling the entire piece with knots and designs. Sometimes the macrame is just a matter of how beautiful rope hangs in just droves of like a willow tree. It's just beautiful. The piece I have behind there is the first large piece that I've ever done. I made a feather in the middle. That was the first feather I ever made. And these tassels are the first time I tried to do tassels. I did a simple like zigzag half hitch weave all the way around in a V. And that was kind of one of the first ones that I tried making just in a large scale. One of the ones that I made that were smaller is this little guy up here. This one I bought a Dollar Tree woven hoop. And that little hoop weave is literally only $1, and the rest is all macrame. And I glued the flower to it once I made that, and it worked out well. It's like a little flower bouquet. I was thinking of selling that, and I'm still kind of debating because I like some of the stuff that I make, and I tend to want to keep it all, but I can't. I don't have enough room for everything. And I'll show you just two more. I have one here. I kind of went with an Asian influence on this one. And I went with the long hanging tassels. And I was experimenting with a lace weave, if you see on the black there, and a little bit in the middle of the brown. I started off with a half mandala design over there on the round part that you see at the top, coming off the branch. And then I started adding like an extra color just to kind of give it a little pop. And I think it turned out pretty well. I just I try not to over design some of my stuff because I don't want it. I just like to simplify the design so that it's not like too busy when you're looking at it like, oh my god, what is that? And yeah, that's kind of the one of the ones that I like. um I'll show you one more. I'm gonna have to turn on a light for this, so you have to excuse me walking around the house here. But there's the lamp, and this piece is hanging up by one of my, right there. I call this my butterfly on a vine. I made this one when I was experimenting with different colors in one macrame piece. And so I have the brown, the white, and the green on a branch. I started out making like the cup designs up at the top where you see the butterfly wings. And I was kind of thinking I was going to just make like a big wreath out of those V shapes. And when I tied it together, it ended up looking like butterfly wings, so I just went with it and made a butterfly. And then I decided, well, I had a bunch of this brown cord. I would make some brown leaves and hang them along the sides. And then I took a lot of green rope and I made that vine. If you ever macrame that rope, that vine design, I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to go through a lot of rope. It's just a lot of rope. I just happen to be by a couple more things that I have here. Am I looking at it? Okay, this is the vase, the holder that I make. I also make a lot of plant hangers. So this one right here is a spiral design plant hanger that goes down and holds the bowl. I don't have a plant in that right now. And then if I can get this off the hook, this was my little Valentine project that I made, the little Valentine heart. And I was going to trim this to make it even, but I don't know. I just decided that if somebody wanted it trimmed, again, these are things that I might sell, but I don't know. Here's another one that I made. This is a plant hanger, and I made with the top fin, and I just hung the plant up in it. I actually dyed this one with a little bit of green, and I have one just on the other side of the arch here. It's kind of dark, so it's hard to see, but this is a dark blue, and it's the same design as the first one. So I have just like this matching pair. So anyways, that's a few of my macrames. I wanted to share it with you. I wanted to share with you that I was creating a new project for the owl macrame, and I guess we're gonna have to come and revisit this and show you guys what the owl project turns out to be later on. But for now, wish me luck. I hope the face and everything turns out as good as it is in my mind. You know, the ideas come to you and you're just not sure how it's going to turn out, and you just have to experiment with it. If anything, I may end up just trashing this project if it doesn't turn out the way I need it to, but for now, I'm pretty hopeful and I'm pretty confident that I can do it. It might not look exactly like a barn owl, but it'll be definitely an image of a bird, and hopefully people will be able to recognize it as an owl. So I'll have to get back to you guys and let you know. But for now, I appreciate you spending time with me, and I appreciate you following me on this new venture into macrame ideas and videos, but we'll see. There'll still be more chicken videos. I'm never going to give that up. Guess in other news, we did get new chickens. Unfortunately, one didn't make it today, so we're down to 4 baby chicks. We'll see what happens, and hopefully the rest of the 4 survive, and we'll have 4 more ladies to add to our chicken coop. And that's it for now. So I appreciate you guys, and I really hope that you leave a little feedback. If you have any ideas on the macrame, yeah, just tell me, and I'm more than willing to try new things. And so take care. Love you all, and I hope you love each other, and I'll talk to you all soon. All right, stay salty.